Right friends, this is on the announcement of Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister that he is switching over to the financial year from January to December, and it is a too hasty step. Probably he might have taken this decision to appease the political bosses. Without much thought, the decision was taken by Madhya Pradesh government. Debate on January-December financial year. All of you are familiar with the Shankar Acharya committee, which was constituted, but its report was not made public. And at present, the financial year is from April 1 to March 31. And now the Prime Minister has thrown up an idea in the Governing Council meeting of Niti Aayog with regard to, or you can say, desirability of switching over to January-December financial year. Immediately, the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister announced that they are switching over to January-December financial year, right? And an unanimous decision at the national level is to be taken, and these types of announcements by various states will not serve the purpose before moving away from more than 150-year-old tradition. Historical perspective. In fact, after independence, Administrative Reforms Commission in 1950s and other committees expressed their views with regard to shifting the financial year from January to December, and committee headed by the former Secretary to Prime Minister and RBI Governor L.K. Jha gave the report and stated that April-March year prevented policy makers and the government from taking into account the monsoon situation. And if you look at the world practices, globally there is no uniformity with regard to the financial year, but top US and European firms have the calendar year, that means from January to December, and the same is being followed by the Indian arms. L.K. Jha committee submitted its report in mid-80s and the government reviewed it and came to the conclusion that the advantages of a switchover will be marginal. That's why they discarded it. Right. Now, what about constitutional provisions? In the Constitution, Article 150 deals with the content and form of accounts of the Union government and the states. And Article 150 says the accounts shall be kept in such a form as the President may on the advice of CAG prescribe. Based on the advice of CAG, the President prescribes the form of the accounts to be kept. So, the government accounts must be maintained as advised by CAG, right? And now, what type of problems can come up because of Madhya Pradesh government's decision? First point is, what will happen to Finance Commission awards? These awards are from April to March. Second point is, how can some states maintain separate financial year as a center and states are somewhat cohesive as far as financial transfers are concerned? Then, constitutional aspects, we have already discussed. Article number 150 is to be taken care of because CAG is to prescribe the type of accounts. Then, can the state simply sit idle because the new union budget comes into force from 1st April? So, what about transfers from the center to the state during 3 months, January, February and March? Then, how the comparison or performance indices are analyzed from one state to the other if the financial year is different. So, these are all the important questions to be looked at. Finally, the need of the hour is Shankar Acharya committee recommendations must be made public. Then, wider debate is required vis-a-vis the practices followed in other countries. Then, it requires some time for states and taxpayers to align with the new financial year. Next point is, we are going to introduce GST, and at this juncture, it is not advisable to shift the financial year before the things settle down. Then, overall, the change of financial year cannot be within the domain of the states. Most important point, a decision needs to be taken only by the center. So, the action of Madhya Pradesh government is totally not tenable, and it appears to have been taken in a haste only to appease the political bosses. Right friends, have a nice day. Thank you.